So this week we will be in Wisconsin, mainly in Madison, Wisconsin, but also we're gonna jump over to Milwaukee area for a little bit of fun and disc golf. I'm technically in an off week, but it's still gonna be busy. But if you're an FPO competitor here in Wisconsin for the USWDGC, then you are working. So I'm gonna start with a little story here. We didn't start filming until about Tuesday because my cameraman, Mikey O'Brien, decided to get stuck in a storm and showed up a little late. He ended up making it at 12 o'clock on Tuesday. And the reason I know it was 12 o'clock is because we did an escape room right at 12 o'clock. We had the Celebrity Pro-Ams. We had some people in town. We had Crypt, who is a YouTuber, does a lot of reactions to music, does rapping of his own. And we had Julian Marquez, who came in a day early, and Mikey O'Brien and Austin Hannum. We did the five of us did an escape room, not just any escape room. We went to City 13, which they have a 4-hour escape room experience. It is all 4 of their escape rooms put together and their hallways that go through. So it's almost like 5 rooms in one. And if you're curious, did we get out in time? Yes, we did. We had 11 minutes to spare. So if you are in Milwaukee and you are free on a Tuesday or Thursday and you have a spare, let's say 5 hours, you should totally check it out. It was a blast. It was intense. And you do get breaks if you need. So then we went over to Funky Farms. Tuesday night, we had kind of like a meet and greet of everyone, the celebs, the pros that were in town already. We went over to Ben and Amy's house, threw some shots, mingled a bit, had some dinner, and just got to know who we were going to be competing with the next day. We're staying in Madison, so we weren't able to stay that long. Then we had to drive an hour back to Madison and then do it all in the morning. So we'll jump into Wednesday. We started bright and early for the Celebrity Pro-Am, 8 pros, 8 celebs. We partnered up. We did a very interesting format. We did skins, doubles, 4 teams per card. So we had 2 cards on the course. How it worked is you and your teammate would try to do, it was either best shot, worst shot, alternate shot, or aggregate. So the 2 players play the hole themselves and you combine the scores. So then we would break for lunch. We had an incredible lunch. Again, everyone mingled, hung out, talked about how the round went. And then the second round, you would carry your skins over. So I would carry, we'll just go with 6. I would carry the 6 skins that I got from round 1 into my new partner. You know, huge shout out to Ben and Amy for letting us do this on their course. Bring all the celebs in town, and then we had a great dinner. It was an awesome time. So a lot of fun at Celebrity Pro-Am. Seems like we're gonna do another one later this year. We'll see. We'll get the news out there as soon as we can. But Hannah was able to come down after her practice rounds, and we were able to hang out with everyone. Thursday, the USWDGC started. Julian came back with us. He came and watched the first round of the women's. And then Ben and Amy actually came with one of their daughters and their son to come watch and catch some of the action as well. So it was really cool to have some of those celebs come over and support the pro side of disc golf and watch and take it all in and enjoy the competition that was being had. So that's how the day started. I caddied for Hannah starting round 1. It was windy, really windy round 1, and I didn't get a chance to see either of the courses because of everything else going on. So didn't get to see and help out really too much on token. So she kind of struggled a bit with the wind and then getting into some trouble and not being able to scramble. I think she shot 7 over round 1, which isn't where you want to be after the first round. Yeah, we came back from that. She was exhausted, and I know from a personal standpoint, windy rounds just take so much out of you. You just feel wind burnt, exhausted, just tired. Everything feels tired. So she came back after her round. I think she immediately took a nap. And then the Estonians finished up, and we actually decided to go play some miniature golf after round one. I had some energy still because I didn't play, and Mikey and the Estonians were like, let's go do something. They had a later, I think, tee time, so they were able to sleep in a little bit more. So yeah, we went and played some putt-putt. I will say I won that. I didn't have much competition. So day 2 of the USWDGC and day 2 of me caddying. I made it through day 1 without being fired, so that's a positive on my side. So day 2 begins. It's calmer. Trying to recall who Hannah played with, but I do know that she played with people that she liked every round, so that was nice, or who she enjoyed or who she's played with before. So round 2, token. Hannah played a lot better, hit the fairways a lot more. One thing that I did know and that I was trying to help her out is on her putting. She was very tentative on her putting, and I think it carried over from the wind the day before because you can just miss one and the wind takes it. So I was trying to help her with her putting mainly on day 2 and just telling her like, hey, like when you miss, you're not missing by much, and when you miss, if you airball it, you're not going too far past. So be a bit more aggressive. Like you can hit the 15-foot comebacker if you're really pushing it hard and trying to attack the basket. So just go for it. And the thing with these courses out here in Madison is a lot of the greens are grass. You know, sometimes we on tour, we'll see dirt, we'll see really short grass to where they'll skip away, roll away. Here, if you miss, it just sticks in the ground. So I told her, like, be aggressive. Like, don't be afraid to blast through the basket. Don't be afraid to, you know, really push it. And if you carry past the basket, it's going to stop wherever it hits. So I think that was something that really changed for her because she ended up shooting, I believe, 1 down round 2. So a big improvement. Once we got home, once everyone was done with their rounds and chilling, we kind of just played some games. That's, I think, the biggest thing is we end up playing board games at the Airbnbs we stay at because somehow we've been fortunate enough to where every Airbnb we go has a lot of fun board games that we're learning about. So this one was Gotcha, which was a lot of fun because everyone could play it. Everyone was having fun. It was kind of like you had to be on your toes kind of game. So yeah, dinner, board games, and then we probably watch some movie or TV show. I feel like that's the thing we do the most here is when we're all together, we kind of just put on a TV with subtitles, just saying, with subtitles, so we can all pay attention and be a part of it. So chill night, and yeah, that kind of just led into day 3. Elver's actually real close to us, maybe like 2.5 miles from where we're staying, so don't have to get up as early. And I think Hannah had like 11 or so, tee time 11 to 11:20, somewhere in there. So a little bit later, got up, ate breakfast, then headed to the course. Hannah's putt was a lot better. Her drives were smoother. Round 1, she tried to force her distance drivers a lot, where that's not her most comfortable disc. Her most comfortable discs are her fairway drivers. So day 1 to day 2, she really made that adjustment on her drive. So she went more fairway drivers than distance drivers. So this is the first time I'm seeing Elver at day 3, a little bit more open course on the first couple holes. So she was throwing her distance driver. We got more to the wooded holes where she was able to switch over to her fairway drivers. And she wasn't getting a lot of birdies, but she was getting circle 2-ish, kind of just really like not having shots where she could commit to the putt, but keeping it close. And actually that was day 3, ended up being her first ever bogey-free round. She shot 2 under, bogey-free, which as soon as we got back to the house, she kept her scorecard from the course and she put it right on the fridge. But she was playing it safe, playing it smart, and moving up the leaderboard a little bit. I think she got into like 60th, around there somewhere. Yeah, so that happened, and then we went over and Hannah filmed a disc review video with the Paige Pierce Nuke. So go over to her channel, check that out if you want to see how that went. I even hopped in there through 1 or 2, I don't remember, but tested them out a little bit. Yeah, it was nice to get out and throw some shots, so that was cool. Oh, and it was Saturday, so I had to watch the UFC fights. caught the action there. If you know me, that's like my favorite sport to watch, that, and I'm really getting into Formula One too. So those are my two sports that I really enjoy watching. This week, as far as food, we have this beautiful home that we're in. So we got a nice, good sized kitchen. So if you may have watched my last video, you saw that I was doing the Skillshare stuff. This week, I'm gonna go overnight oats here, and I feel like I'm gonna go here with my dinner. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning and wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. Have a specific skill you're trying to learn? Skillshare is the perfect place to start. From photography, illustration, to cooking, baking, and more, you can find classes that will match your goals and your interests. Invest in yourself and your personal growth. First 1,000 people to use the link in the description down below will get a 1-month free trial to Skillshare. So I'm going to make a pasta dish for maybe the whole house. We'll see how much I can make. I'm gonna jump in and take it up some notches on the cooking because I do have the ability to. And yes, I did just eat some of those overnight oats, so I'm still using those, still making those. Enjoying it so far, loving how easy it is, how simple it is to just watch a short couple-minute video, learn how to do step 1, learn how to do step 2, and feel like I'm actually in it and that this person is teaching me directly how to make this meal, because it is not easy if you've never cooked before. So shout out to Nicoletta Grippo for this recipe, which is so close to being done. Hannah's already at the table. She's learning her Italian over there just so she can compliment me when this meal is done. So shout out to Nicoletta for this. Jump back in. Going into the final day, day 4. Hannah's got a 12 o'clock tea time now, 12:12 I believe, and she said that was one of her goals, was to get a 12 o'clock or later tea time. So she was able to accomplish that after her bogey-free round. The goal for final day was just be aggressive and make some moves. She did that. She birdied the first 2 holes, parked well, she hit like a 25-footer on the first hole and then parked the second hole. And then she was being more aggressive this day after getting the confidence in her game throughout the week. She was going distance drivers off a lot of these holes and trying to push them to get birdies to see how far she can move up the leaderboard. She got a lot of birdies. I think she got somewhere between 5 and 7, more than she had any other day. The only thing that she struggled with, she was 100% in the circle. The only thing she struggled with was once she got her first bogey, it kind of went bogey, birdie, bogey, birdie, bogey to finish. Kind of the last 5 holes. Probably run out of energy after being so focused and being aggressive on the early part and trying to mix around her game plan just to be a little bit more aggressive. So she finished shooting her best round, 3 under with 3 bogeys. So she had 6 birdies in total. It was a lot of fun. Tournament was officially over after she tapped out that last one on 18. She went and watched that card, followed them. Mikey and I decided, hey, this is the perfect time to shoot our recap of the week. So we decided to stay back, watch the coverage on the TV, on YouTube. So it's kind of cool. We could just come back and put it on the TV. So we watched Hailey King win her first major. It was a close battle between her, Owen Scoggins, and Valerie definitely made it interesting as well, birding like 6 or 7 in a row. It was really exciting. Came down to the last hole where Hailey had to par it to get her first major, and she was able to do that. One thing that I've been trying to do, and what I'm going to do as soon as I sign off in this video, is go out to the field. We got about an hour left of daylight. So I'm gonna go out. I've been really trying to figure out a disc in between my Force, Onyx area, and then like to my Undertakers almost, my Reaper. Like I have a big gap. I have Vulture, but it's a little too fast. Trying to find that sweet spot of like right now I have the Reaper, but I want something that's more stable than the Reaper, but not as fast as the Onyx. So I'm really dancing in this spot to where I've never needed that disc since I've signed with Discraft, but this year has been windier than any year I've ever played in disc golf. So I'm stepping up to these holes where I don't need distance driver distance because I don't want to shape it and move a disc around like that. But I don't really have anything that's more overstable than my Undertakers and Onyx because the Vulture is still too fast. So dancing around, so I bought a bunch of Raptors because I threw the Raptor when it first came out, but I looked at the Raptor as like, I need something for a forehand. I need something that's gonna fight the wind, do all this and do all that. And when I first threw Raptor, it was not that at all. So I kind of just threw it to the side and didn't have that slot until the Captain Raptor came out. So as soon as the Captain Raptor came out, I said, dang, this is the disc I've been waiting for. But now I need a disc that'll fight the wind that's not as overstable as the Captain Raptor. So 4 years later, here I am revisiting the Raptor and just throwing the Raptor as its own disc, not expecting it to be this overstable meat hook, which I feel like is kind of what was the intention at the beginning, but then it became its own disc. So now I'm gonna go out, run out to the field and test these different Raptors I have. I have the current Tour Series Ulibarri Raptor, I have last year's Tour Series Raptor, and then I have just ESP Raptor, which is dyed, so I don't know which one it is. It's got a Uli shield, and maybe one other one. So I'm gonna go out there, throw those, and see if any of those fly how I'm hoping. I'm sure one of them will, and then maybe I can grab a couple more, but just something that I can trust in the wind, that'll go straight, have a little finish, and maybe I can shape it in the air a little bit once I get to the woods. Trying to fill a big hole that I've had for, you know, most of this year in this super windy 2022 season. So just gotta be prepared. You know, I had this week off, and I got Idlewild, European Open, D-Glow, Ledgestone, Des Moines, and Worlds coming up right around the corner. So this is the part of the season where I really want to peak and play well, because this is major season. And this is, you know, when a lot of people start to burn out, but I feel like I'm just now getting into the year, and I don't remember really what's happened at the beginning of the year. I'm finally looking forward to something. I've been looking forward to European Open since 2019, and this is just a part where I'm actually excited to play disc golf, because with the wind and how the weather's been and just kind of the off season I haven't really been excited about playing, and now I finally feel like I have that excitement to go into the second half of the season and turn things around and just really dive in head first and just take the second half of the season by storm, because I feel like no one's really grabbed this 2022 year yet, and it's right there for the taking. So that's the goal right now. I'm not where I want to be, but I know what it takes to get there. So put in the time, put in the work, and hopefully get a W here soon, because it's been a little bit. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if you have not already. I think one question that I would love to see in the comments down below is, I have the European Open coming up. It's the tournament I look forward to the most playing, because I love going to Europe. 2, I just love the atmosphere out there and the course, and just the challenge that it brings and the pressure that it brings playing in front of so many people. So I'd love to see, if you're a disc golf fan, who you think will finish in the top 3 of the European Open here in 2022. Comment down below. You're not gonna hurt my feelings if you leave me off the top 3. I understand. I have to prove myself. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.